Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining us in this new segment we're going to call Coffee Talk. We're going to be talking to travelers from everywhere about their experiences and maybe give us some tips. And today for our first ever Coffee Talk, we have a very special guest, a friend, a traveler, someone who's been to over 40 countries. Where's Kristen? Kristen, thank you for joining us on our first ever Coffee Talk.
Thank you for having me. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, let me drink with you.
Don't be rude. So,
I'm going to get right to it. What inspired you to start traveling in the first place?
Oh, wow. So it kind of all started at a very young age. I found myself just being like very adventurous, wanting to explore places I probably shouldn't, and you know, just being like that fun friend. Yeah. And as I grew up out of high school and college, I got my first solo trip invite. I had some friends in a country, and I had to travel alone, which was a first for me. At 18.
That's good.
So it was kind of nerve-wracking, but at the same time, like my heart was pumping. I really was excited. So that kind of opened my eyes to a world of opportunity, literally.
Yeah, and then you had your own money, so who's stopping you?
Exactly. That's the most dangerous part. But I ended up spending my money on what I prioritized, and travel is definitely one of just those things I put all the way at the top of my list, because it's just so good to get those worldly experiences. Like it changes you. It's like,
yeah, that changes you.
Exactly. It really does. It makes you grow, you know, and you meet people that like teach you things that you wouldn't have met if you were, or that you wouldn't have known about if you were stuck in your comfort zone.
Yeah.
So I'm super grateful for all of my experiences, and I love what I do. I just want to surround my life with just good experiences, good people, and good times.
Well, you already been to what, over 40 countries?
45 to be exact. Yeah.
45.
I just got back from a 3-month-long vacation where I believe I hit like 11 new countries or 12 new countries.
11 countries in 3-4 months. About.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I know. I was on the move, and it's not how a lot of people like to travel, I'll be honest, because it's just a lot of uncomfortable situations, but at the same time, like it's all part of the experience.
Yeah.
Like it's all part of it. So I took it.
So 45 countries, you make any friendships that last a long time, or it's just everyone is just come and go?
No, I mean there are those come and go people, and they make the moment great, you know. Maybe you go to lunch with like some random person, you might never see him again. Yeah. But it was a good moment.
That's good.
But I also have friends that I've been with for maybe 10 plus years, 8 plus years, that I've met in other countries, and we've traveled to more countries. And I mean, yeah, I actually just met up with one of those friends that now lives in Portugal. We met in Hawaii like 8 years ago. So it's one of those things.
Now you're meeting again all different part of the world.
Everywhere in the world. Wherever my friends are, like I can go and they know that they have a home wherever I am.
And it's good because now you make friendships, and now whenever you go back to that country, you have somewhere to stay, someone to hang out with.
Yeah.
You know it's safe, you feel good.
Exactly. You get more of a local experience when like your friends are there and they really want to like show you a good time, you know, like they live there.
I think like local experiences are the best because you want to do the tourist stuff, but you also want to get that like insider.
Yeah, that's more me too. As a traveler, I tend to go for like the local cuisine, the local experience, but I also like a good, like well-known spot. You know, I do take my pictures. So so I tend to go to like the Instagrammable spots as well. But yeah, I really like just meeting locals, getting down to like the nitty-gritty, seeing how life is in different countries around the world.
All these countries, what's been your favorite?
That's such a hard question. I get it so much, but I'm gonna stand firm on my answer, and I think it's Thailand.
That's a shocker. I would all the 45 countries.
Out of 45, yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed Thailand.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a cultural shock at first,
Okay.
but I just went back for my second time around, and I just spent my birthday there. So
I know.
It's been 2 birthdays in the same country, which doesn't really happen for me. And
it has a special place in your heart.
it really does. Like, it really does. And it was my first ever solo
Oh, you were there by
trip.
yourself.
Yeah, so first time I
Wow.
ever went, I was 23. And all my travel friends were saying this is the place to go if you're solo backpacker. And I was like, I gotta give it a shot, you know? Like,
What is it? What is it about Thailand? What is?
there's a lot of like-minded individuals. So there's a lot of
Okay.
like solo backpackers as well.
Young people.
Very, very like young party crowd in certain places. So it's easy to meet
Okay.
individuals
You feel
that are doing the
safe, like
same.
you feel good, like
Yeah. For the most part, I think Thailand is very safe.
Okay.
Obviously, there's parts of every country or every city that you probably shouldn't go to if you're not familiar. And as a solo traveler, like, there are precautions that I take.
yeah.
But at the same time, you know, I found myself out at 3 a.m. with some people I just met at a hotel, like a
Oh,
hostel.
you like to take risks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you know that more than
You
almost
take
all my
risks.
friends.
Okay, that's good. I mean, we've been on a few trips. I think.
Yeah, we have. You
I
see me
think-
jump off a cliffside. You know, like,
Yeah, from people we just met that had just installed it and wanted to test it out, and you were like, "Oh, I'll be your test dummy," and then you just jump off.
yeah, not my finest hour, but hey, I'm here, and it's a pretty cool story to talk about.
Yeah, I think the video's around there somewhere. We could
We could
put
definitely
it. We could put it in here.
we could
so-
find it.
So all these places, you love Thailand. That's your favorite country. Do you have any bad experiences? Any country you've been to, you're like, wow, like maybe I wouldn't go back, or I will do it differently because something might have happened.
To be totally honest, I don't have any like bad experiences that would put me off from a place.
Yeah.
I've been honestly lucky enough to have like really good, genuine experiences in all the countries that I've been to. Obviously, there are things that, you know, take a turn. Travel plans don't go as planned all the
Yeah.
time. So there are things that you have to, you know, regroup from. There are things that will make you cry abroad. There are things that will make you like really angry abroad. But it's all part of the journey. So I'm just gonna chalk it up to that. Like, nothing's ever made. No experience will ever make me look at a country
Yeah, definitely.
some type of way, you know? Like, I love this world, and I think it's all about just that full-on experience, you know? Obviously, be careful. Like I said, take
Yeah.
precautions when you travel solo, but
Especially like I'm 6'2", 250 pounds.
yeah.
I'll be fine.
Well, yeah.
You're
You know, like,
You-
it's
you
different
ladies
when
are
you're a
smaller,
girl
yeah.
traveling alone. I totally get that. Even guys, though, like, they have to take their precautionary measures also, you know? Like, there are people that see foreigners, and you could be in a sketchy place you don't even know, you know? And you stand out.
well. That's
know?
good that you've been going everywhere with like friends and like.
I try to, but I do solo a lot. So,
Anytime you face like a language barrier and you like, I would freak out because if I don't know what they're talking about, I would probably freak out.
So I'll tell you my little pro tip right now, and this is nowhere near sponsored, but T-Mobile has been working for me all around the world,
Okay.
and I've been able to use my Google Translate because I actually did just run into that situation for like the first time in a very long
Wow.
time. I was in Laos, which is in Southeast Asia, and it was either just people from Laos, obviously, that live in the country, Vietnamese, or Thai, Cambodian. It's just surrounding
always a
countries
mix.
kind of put it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a mix. And I mean, Thailand's different, a lot of English speakers.
Okay.
Laos is just, I feel like, a little underdeveloped, so they haven't really like gotten it yet.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one place that I kind of struggled, but I was able to pull out like Google Translate, type something in. Like, even to check into my hotel at the time
Yeah.
was a little like just hard. Like, he knew why I was there. Like, I just gave my name, he gave me a key. It was one
And
of
then
those things
that's
where,
it. It
like,
was like figure out where you're going?
No, I needed
That
other
way.
information. I was like, what is there to do around here? So I put it all in Google Translate. Now I just put it up to his ear, and he was like, oh, okay. So then he used his phone, Google translated it back to me. So it was that type
Wow,
of
okay.
communication. So
T-Mobile, hit us up.
yeah, when you're ready.
So all these places, all these countries, different food, I imagine, every single
Oh, yeah.
place.
Yeah.
Give me your favorite and your craziest.
Okay.
I don't want to say your worst, but you know, the
No,
most different one.
I've definitely had some crazy cuisine, but I'll give you favorite first. And to be fair, there's a lot of like Southeast Asian places now. I'm realizing like that I go back, they've like tried to target like Western population, so
Yeah.
they're just having
They're
a lot of
changing
Western food,
Wow.
stuff like that. They're not changing it; they're just adding.
Okay.
You know, like their menus are literally a book. You know,
Wow.
they give you so many options. They have like maybe 2-3 pages of local cuisine, and then the rest is like burgers, sandwiches, and like chicken tenders. I'm
So
like,
you feel right at home.
yeah, kind of. Honestly, with 3 months, like I found myself at like a Taco Bell once. Don't judge me, but
And well, it's Taco Bell, hit me up. I'm a huge fan of it.
as am I, big connoisseur right here. But
Taco Bell, my spot.
yeah, so I mean, I found one of those out of the country, and it's not even Western. Like, I mean, Taco Bell's Taco Bell, but it's tacos for God's sakes.
Yeah.
You know, like I was craving tacos, but it's one of those things. Like, there's options, but my favorite food, I think, is just gonna come from Europe. I mean, I have a love for Italian food.
Okay.
I have a love for Portuguese cuisine.
Oh.
I'm Hispanic, so I like
Flavor, the
different
spices.
flavors. Yeah, different flavors. But don't get me wrong, Southeast Asia has some really good cuisine. The pad thai that I had in Thailand was just out of control. I always try to find like the local
Something
cuisine
local, yeah, and then
for the country, like pad thai. Thailand,
Right.
you gotta try that. If you go to Vietnam, like you want to try pho. If you
Okay.
go to Italy, like you're gonna try spaghetti, right?
Yeah.
You know, so it's those things that I go for, and then I kind of branch out from there, and I try to go for the stuff that like I'm not super familiar with.
yeah.
So-
I imagine like I'm very
Yeah.
picky, so it'll be hard for me to go to like Thailand and want to try all this. I
Yeah.
want to try it, but my body's like, oh, maybe.
Maybe take it slow.
Yeah.
Maybe take it slow. I'll tell you though, a lot of people do get like that. Like the food is just so different. It's a lot more. It's like less processed, if you will.
Okay, yeah, it's healthier. Like I feel like
Exactly,
a lot
yeah.
here in America is just processed food.
Yes.
It makes it
Unfortunately.
harder. Even we noticed the other day, we were trying to get a snack, and the sugar-free snack costs a lot more than the one with sugar. It's harder to be healthier here.
Yeah, it's a lot more expensive too,
Yeah.
you know. So and over there, the ingredients are just a lot more fresh. A lot less processed, like I just mentioned. So it changes your system
Yeah.
for like the first couple days
Oh
that you're
yeah,
out
how you
there.
feeling?
I feel good coming back, you know. Like honestly, I'm so grateful
You've
because
been eating
my
healthier.
system is just like it's very adaptable. So like I've been bouncing around countries with different cuisine,
Yeah.
and I've been so lucky. Like I have not been affected,
Okay.
but it is one of those things I've seen a lot of people get affected,
Like
and it's.
never had like any food poisoning scares or
I mean, yes,
Wow.
not this trip, but yes, and it was alcohol poisoning. So watch the ice, ladies and gentlemen.
okay.
Yeah, that is one tip that somebody gave me a while back is just be careful with the ice that you put in your drinks, like mainly cocktails.
Yeah, the ice. You're right.
Yeah,
You're
the
right.
ice.
The ice.
Because
Even
the water's not
even
that safe.
here, you have to like watch out with the ice.
Yeah, but here, like, we're already used to it. It's one of those things you're not used to it, and maybe you can't even drink it. You know, like your system just doesn't process it.
Yeah.
It'll mess you up for weeks if you're not careful.
And then your trip is done.
Exactly. Like that's the worst is like not feeling yourself or like 100% while you're traveling because
Okay.
where do you rest really?
So let me ask you. I'm gonna get deep. How do you
Do it.
think traveling has changed your perspective on life, or how you see the world in other countries? Maybe I've never been to Africa, so I might see Africa a certain way. I might see Egypt. I know you've been to Egypt a certain way from here. But once you go there, it completely changed your view on it.
So yeah, that's the point for me, because like usually right before I plan a trip, I start talking about it.
Yeah.
And I try to look for like other people's perspective on it.
Okay.
One thing about Egypt when I went is, for whatever reason, everyone was trying to scare me out of it in a way. Like, just be careful. Like, you don't want to trust too many people there. You don't want to do this. You don't want to do that. I'm like, have you been there though? Like,
yeah.
How are you saying all this? No, I haven't been there, but like, just be careful. I'm like, all right, I understand. So I actually went to Egypt with another friend of mine at the time, and it was an incredibly eye-opening experience. And for that reason alone, I'll never take anyone's advice that's never been there.
Because you have to go yourself.
You have to go yourself. Like, anyone could have, no type of experience, number one, and still comment about it.
Yeah.
Someone could have a bad experience, but that doesn't always happen, Some experiences are really freaking good, and mine was awesome. Like, I ended up meeting really cool people there. The pyramids were like...
Well, they are a wonder of the world.
Yeah,
so.
But they like blew my mind.
Yeah.
Like, I've always been fascinated with that. To actually see them right in front of me and to touch them and to just like walk around them, I was like, this is out of my history book from grade school, Like, this can't be real. It's freaking real. It's really real. So that's what I love about these places, is that I can go, I have that opportunity to get that experience for myself, and that's just what I'm looking for. I wanna know what it's like.
Until you're there, you don't know, and once you're there,
it changes.
It changes.
It really does.
You.
So to get back to like that question that you asked,
how has it changed you?
Yeah, I think that I've grown over the years of me just traveling, but more so in like a mindset perspective.
Okay.
Like, my mindset has gotten wider. I see people, You're
more accepting
way more accepting. I'm way more like just open to the fact that not any one person in this world is the same.
Yeah.
So I give everyone their individual attention from me, and like I wanna learn about you, your home, and what it is all like, because I have a life here.
Yeah.
Like, this consumes me. It is my life, but when I travel, everyone else does as well. I just find it really fascinating to learn about them.
I think for us, we have a background in hospitality, and we get to meet people from other places.
Yeah, we do.
And for me, when I was younger, my father told me, you know what? It's okay if you don't go to school, but go travel, go meet people, go see things, and learn other cultures, learn from other people, to be more accepting. And I think that's the cool thing about traveling. That is what like makes us all want to travel, to see new cultures, not just see new things, but learn from people and their cultures. It's an amazing experience. And if you get to do it personally, going to their country, I think that's
my favorite part.
That's the coolest part.
That's the most authentic, raw experience that you can have in your entire life, is going to a new country, not knowing anyone or anything, and just learning like you're a little baby.
That's still like, I think that still scares me. Now I have my wife, and I'm gonna be traveling with her, and hopefully we're gonna be exploring new places. But for me alone to go into another country, I think that still scares me. And I see you do it all the time, and it's like, you just go out there. That's
to be totally honest, like I am scared, but I don't let that stop me, because if I did, I'd never go.
Do you have any tips for people that want to get out there and don't know how to start, even if they know how to start or they're just scared? What would you say to them?
I I mean, like I said, if you wait for people to go with you, you might never go. But there are friends that you can count on that make trips worthwhile. Like, I love traveling with friends as well.
Yeah.
But solo travel is very different from group travel as well, family travel.
Yeah, I think
There's
that's
all types of ways to get out there and to be comfortable doing it. But just pick a place is like my only advice. And then just everything else
Just
falls
go.
into place. Yeah, literally
go.
just go. Like, you won't regret it. You really won't. You know, it's one of those things. And as far as tips go, there's plenty. It just depends on how you're doing it and who you're doing it with.
So when it comes to tips, you got something coming up with that, or something you want to talk about?
What are we referring to right now?
I mean, tips, and maybe you have something coming out that could help new travelers out.
Yeah, so actually, I decided to finally put together a little course of like just the fundamentals of traveling, like the raw foundation of it, how to plan your trip, like what activities to do when you're there, how to pick a hotel or Airbnb. Very, very basic, and I didn't realize it was in demand. Somebody actually reached out to me and asked if I could put a video like that out there, and I said, I mean, that sounds amazing. Like, let me actually do it, like, as something that you can really learn from, and just put it all together in one full-on course that teaches you everything, so that next time you want to go on a vacation, it becomes fun. You know, like, it's going to be one of those things that you can look forward to, you know, because if you start setting up a trip, like, I can even do it for just a good time. Like, I'm not even going to go on the trip, and I'll just look at a place and be like, wow, like, these places are cool. Like, I'll save this for later.
Yeah.
Like, it just becomes awesome for me to, like, just gather inspiration. And then the day I finally go to that place, I'm like, I got a full list of things to do. Like, that's all I need.
Okay.
So yeah,
so
that's
we gotta
gonna be
look
coming
out for that. It's gonna be coming out.
It's coming out really
All right,
soon.
I like
yeah,
that.
Yeah. Good. I'm glad you brought it up. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Hope to see you guys all out there.
There you go. And last, what's next? Where are you going to?
So I'm always thinking of something new.
Okay.
I guess that's my greatest gift and my greatest flaw. Because I always want to be on the move. As you know, I just got back from my 3-month trip.
Yeah.
But I am maybe thinking of Europe for Oktoberfest this year.
Okay.
Or I am almost, this is kind of crazy, but I'm almost done visiting all 50 states in the USA. So I think I'm going to do a road trip up the Northeast coast to finish that.
Up the Northeast?
That
We just came back from
adventure.
the Northeast.
Yeah,
we did up the East Coast. It was
nice.
It was good. It was fun. It was fun.
It is a good time. I like a good road trip. I'll probably take my dog with me and make it like a nice, longer, maybe not 3-month long, but little longer experience just to kind of enjoy. I also have family in the Northeast, so it'll be nice to kind of see everyone and maybe go on some nice hikes. But I want to do that before it gets too cold. You know?
How about question? Out of the 50 states, your favorite so far?
Ooh, favorite so far? Maybe Hawaii.
Hawaii?
Yeah.
Because you like the beach. You
I do like the beach.
That like.
I like the
tropical
islands.
vibe.
Yes, I do. And there's just so much to do for such a small island.
Okay.
So it's definitely one of my favorites. Yeah. But if I had to go to the other end of the spectrum, I'd pick Alaska.
Alaska.
So it's like Hawaii, Alaska.
I always mention Alaska. I love Alaska.
Yeah.
I think it's so beautiful. It's just naturally just beautiful.
Agreed. I mean, it's one of my favorite places because of just like its raw, just
untouched.
It's
still
so untouched.
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite part though, because like you can go to the mountains and there's like, you know, there's proper trails on them. You can go to Alaska and like hit the backwoods and be like, oh, like where are we?
Yeah. I think we went during a good time, and it was the sun was still out at 4 a.m.
Yeah, we were hiking at that time.
We were hiking, and it was.
Oh my god.
You don't feel it. You just got to watch out for wildlife, but it's amazing to be able to hike at that time.
Yeah, and be careful to drive at that time.
Be careful to drive. You might fall asleep. You don't know. Well, thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. This is
Hopefully,
awesome.
this is not the last time. Maybe next time you'll probably have 90 countries down.
Oh my gosh. We'll see. Hopefully it doesn't take us that long to get back together.
Yeah.
But, you know, as long as I have a couple more under my belt, I'll be happy.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.